Bye, guys. We gotta go. Will you miss me? Hey, boy. Bye, animals. Yesterday we finished up a long backpacking loop in Big Bend and we drove out to Alpine to rest and recuperate. And this morning we're headed back to Big Bend for a different type of adventure. It's gonna be a shorter but probably more intense hike. And I say more intense because we're trying to climb a mountain that has no official hiking trail, and we're probably gonna have to do a little bit of rock climbing to get to the top. We can start at the Lost Mine Trailhead, a very popular trail in Big Bend. We can walk up Lost Mine Trail for, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a mile. And then there's a ridge line we can take to the base of Casa Grande. And from there, it's basically just up to us to find a way to scramble to the top of Casa Grande. Now, after we've worked up a good appetite on the mountain, we're going to cross the Rio Grande into Mexico. We're going to ride some horses or donkeys into a little village and eat some delicious, authentic tacos. I love driving through all this open desert, guys, but we gotta be careful. Time to fill up the gas tank, as this is the only little village between Alpine and Big Bend. I don't get cell service out here, and so it's important for me to keep all the water, supplies, and of course fitness I need to save myself or my hiking partner if we break down. Howdy.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. Here's a copy of the park map and newspaper.
Oh, I'm good. Appreciate it. I got a map.
Have a good one.
You too, man. Desert. Mountains. Alright guys, we're about to drive up into the Chisos Mountains. This is my favorite part of Big Bend. Now, you know, as a kid, I always kind of thought deserts were dead and empty, but this Chihuahuan desert is green and alive. I mean, we saw bears on the last hike. You may have already guessed I pretty much love every mountain range I've encountered, but there's something about this one rising up out of the desert. It's just spectacular. Never would have expected to find this in a desert. Yes. There she is. We're hopping off Lost Mine Trail. We've made it to this little ridge line here. From this point on, we'll have to pretty much find our own way. There's Casa Grande up ahead. Here's this little ridge line we're gonna walk along to get to the base of it. First, check this out, guys. Heck of a view. Parking lot's back down there in that little valley. Definitely don't have to crawl along this little crumbling ridgeline. You can kind of walk beside it for the most part. But I know we're going to be doing some more difficult stuff like this later in the trip, so better just get to practice now. So I know I said there's no official park trail, but so far we're walking along this ridgeline. There's a definite trail. I guess people just walk along this thing. These big cacti are everywhere, and I'm really trying my best not to step on them. Here's the ridgeline looking back. Here's the lost mine trail we took to get up to the ridgeline. We're almost across the ridgeline. About to enter some more trees, start working our way up this bad boy. Take us up through here more or less, but we'll see. It's getting pretty steep. A lot of loose rock as well. Stephanie has decided to hang out right here. She's been an absolute trooper the past few days, but her calves are just a little bit sore. We're worried that it might take a little too long, and we want to make sure we have time in Boquias. See you in a little bit, Stephanie. That was steep. Up the center of this section looked kind of nasty, but fortunately there's this convenient little like rock chute off to the left. A lot of really good, solid handholds, solid footholds, as long as you take your time, which I'm not doing. All right, we've made the false summit, but show y'all in a second. Casa Grande is still a long ways off. Way up there. Gotta cross a little forest here though first. Still a nice little path to follow. That's helping out tremendously. Especially because I wore shorts. Really want to make sure we have time in Mexico, so I'm gonna try to run this little portion here to save us some time. So I'm trying to find the path of least resistance forward. I'm gonna try the left side over here. Alright, so I found a way forward. I don't know if it's the way forward. May not be the best way, but it'll work. Definitely taking some risks here with regard to snakes. On the bright side, not far from help, so did get a bad bite, we'd be okay. If I were you though, I would recommend attempting this in the winter time. Be a bit easier to find the way forward, and snakes would be less of a concern. Of course, it'd be less hot as well. Across the big forested section, now we're down here on the left. I think we can climb back to the main ridgeline right here. Ooh, this stuff's sharp. Ew. Just got stabbed in the foot by something. Little cactus needle. Ew. Get my shoe back on. We're back in the woods again. Shade's definitely nice. Definitely getting a little banged up. That's all right though. All part of the fun. Picked a few big cactus spikes out of my leg. I'm sure there'll be many more to come. Woo! Getting thirsty.
Boy, we still got a ways to go. I think I'm gonna have to turn around. It's 11:20 a.m. Still got a decent little ways to go, I think. I would love to finish this thing out. It's been awesome so far. I want to show you guys the top, show you guys the full thing, but I think it's gonna have to wait till a future episode. Reason being, they closed the border at 4 p.m. They want you back more like 3:30, I think. Still like an hour drive, I believe, from where we're at in Big Bend to Boquillas Crossing. So in order to give us ample time to explore, I think I'm gonna have to call this one.
All this loose rock has caused scree field, and we're probably going to see a lot more of this in Colorado.
I just sat on a cactus. Wouldn't recommend that. Whew, I'm out of shape. Then again, I guess those Subway cookies aren't helping, are they? Yeah. You better be glad you didn't follow me.
Yeah, I know I am. I got cell service up here.
Nice.
How close were you?
Pretty close.
Wait, is it seriously up there?
Yeah, lean back. Do you see the middle spike in between the two big ones?
Uh-huh.
I was just below that.
What the?
Yeah. Well, let's go grab some tacos. Don't skip any footholds there. Hey, that's cheating.
No, it's not.
Alright, whatever works. Careful. Careful, it gets real slick again. Yeah, we made it.
Hadn't eaten yet today and worked up a pretty good appetite. Gonna head over into Boquillas, Mexico and get some good food. In the wintertime, this Boquillas crossing can get pretty crowded, but on a hot day in the summer, you're pretty much guaranteed to have it to yourself.
When I washed my hands, I looked at the water and it was just swimming.
The border agent said if we're not back by 4, we'll be staying in Mexico. We're going to pay attention to the time and try to make sure that doesn't happen.
This river, the Rio Grande, marks the border between the United States and Mexico. The people of Boquillas village make a living off of tourists, and they only accept cash.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Tostada, tacos, enchiladas, and we got some salsa. This looked great.
Y entonces este fue y lo buscó, pero este lo buscaba.
Hola.
Hola.
I'll take one sticker and we'll take these as well. That looks like a nice place to take a swim. On a day like today, sounds pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, right over there. Right over there. Got you.
Yeah. Hola. Any last words before we leave Mexico?
Adios.
Hello. Thank you.
Alright guys, time to leave Big Bend and continue this adventure farther west. First main task is getting to the little town of Marfa, Texas and refilling the gas tank. Got a decent amount of open desert to cross to get there. Now we have exactly 200 miles of open desert to cross to get to El Paso, Texas, and in El Paso we'll eat the best tacos you can find in all of Texas. But the Chihuahuan Desert's full of surprises and there are a couple of quirky little stops we have to make along the way. Welcome to Valentine, Texas, home of about 100 people most of the year and up to 1,000 during Valentine celebrations in February. What is that? We're closing in on El Paso, and I gotta say, I'm pretty fond of the city. I have a lot of good memories climbing in the city's Franklin Mountains. We won't be seeing the Franklin Mountains any on this trip, but we're definitely gonna be back in the winter. I have a pretty sizable hike. It's really more of a climb plan there, and I'm pretty excited to show you guys in the wintertime.
We're in a sandstorm.
There are actually a bunch of mountain ranges in this area, especially if you go north into New Mexico. We'll see at least 4 of them in the wintertime. I'll show you all an old trick. To go this way, you have to wait at this red light, and it's notoriously long. I would shoot in here to this, I don't know, truck mechanic parking lot. There's a little back way to the taco place here. And there's our taco place. Doesn't look like too much from the outside, although I will say they've done some work to it. Looks a little fancier than I was last year. Agua de Sandia. It's really, really good. Watermelon water.
So good.
With our bellies full, we've driven about an hour north into New Mexico, little town of Las Cruces, home of the Organ Mountains. You'll be seeing a lot more of those in the wintertime. But tonight we rest. Got about 10 hours of driving into Arizona tomorrow. Gonna check out the Grand Canyon. A couple other things I want to check out in Arizona, but after that, probably be heading north up into Utah. Thanks for tagging along.